So in my personal observations in our society today, there is something that I see tremendously lacking, and it really saddens me, and that is an attitude of thankfulness and gratitude. And so I ask myself, how can I avoid having my child grow up to feel entitled, like the world owes him everything just because of his existence? So in this video, I'm going to share some of my thoughts, and we're also going to do a little project together with Xander. So let's jump into it. So a little while ago, I got these pamphlets from a charity called Christian Aid Ministries, which is like a really big, the main common charity among Mennonites. They do things all over the world. It's amazing. I was paging through their catalog and it just struck me again. If I want my son to be grateful and thankful, I need to be proactive in what I teach him and the things in my life as well. And I'll speak a little bit later why these books sparked that thought process in my mind. Now, there's one thing when I was growing up that my mom was very, very strict on, and I'm so grateful for that today. And that was that I am thankful for the things that I have and that I do not complain. I still remember one of her big things was you don't complain about the weather or become angry about it because it's like complaining against God. You respect the things you have. I was not allowed to call something a piece of junk. It was because it's this attitude that things that we have are gifts from God, and we need to respect them as that. They're not ours. We're just here taking care of them while we're here. And whatever we have is a blessing from God. And I believe that goes a long way in a person's life. And to this day, I find it very hard to complain about the weather. Anytime I find myself becoming very angry at circumstances or just complaining about things in life or something going wrong, which I do, I'm human, my mind goes back to when I was a child, to how hard my mom was on having an attitude of gratefulness. I want to pass that on to my children. This whole woke culture, people that get offended so quickly if the slightest thing is said against them. It's something that really grates against me, if I can be so bold as to say that. And I don't want my child to grow up to become that type of a person. I know that there's a lot of unrest going on around in the world over various things, politics, you name it. And I know that there's a lot of good causes to fight for. Obviously, we don't just passively go along life. You know, we need to fight for what is right for sure. But I think many of us will agree that we have a generation of many people that feel entitled, that just their existence in the world should mean that life should just be handed to them on a golden platter. Life isn't fair, and if you grow up thinking life should be fair and everyone should be treated exactly the same, then you're gonna have a lot of hard knocks and a lot of disappointments in life. You know, the sooner my children can understand that life will not be fair, people will not treat them kindly all the time, that they need to learn how to deal with that and not hold bitterness in their hearts and just strive for them to do the right thing. It will go a long way in them being able to deal with life, because no matter how hard the world tries to make everything perfect, and everyone has different ideas of what perfect is, the fact of the matter is we're a fallen race. Everyone is human. There's always going to be evil around us. We can never make a perfect utopia. So as soon as everyone can just understand that life won't always be fair for us, the more quickly and easily we can move on with life and not kind of have this victim attitude. And there I am going off on a rant that I was not planning to. You hear a lot about this 1%, you know, the 1% of the wealthy in the US owning whatever percentage of money. However, taking a step back, did you know that if you earn 34,000 US dollars per year, you are in the top 1% of the world's wealthy? Kind of changes the whole mindset, doesn't it? Suddenly we are responsible. Like, how blessed are we? We are in the 1% of the wealthiest in the world. That is just mind-boggling. From my understanding, the median or the average US household income is around $60,000, something like that. That's double of the 1%, the $34,000 a year that would put you in the 1% bracket worldwide. It's so easy to be in a society or in a culture and compare our lifestyle with someone that has it better than us, and we become so in our boxes that we forget how well we have it and how privileged we are to be in the country we are. I do know there's poverty here. I know people are struggling. I know our cost of living is higher. I know there's a lot of things that make it difficult here as well. I'm not trying to paint a glossy picture, but I'm just saying, in comparison to what the rest of the world makes, we are in the 1% most wealthy if you make 34,000 a year. So in thinking of all that, I'm just like, what is our responsibility? God has given us all these blessings. It doesn't take long if you want to just dig into world events, what's happening around the world, not just here in our country. It doesn't take long for you to realize how blessed we are. The majority of us can go to bed at night and not be worried about bombs going off, about getting killed before we wake up. Most of us have food to eat. We have good, clean water. The simple things of life that many people around the world are struggling to get. Now, I know things have really changed over the pandemic, but many of us have a roof over our heads. We have shelter, and just these simple things that we can so easily take for granted. All of this just kind of sparked this thing that I want to start educating my son at a young age at how blessed we are to have the things that we have. This is a challenge even as a parent, because you can so quickly, he breaks a toy or something and you're like, oh, we can just replace it with another one. And it's this type of thing without even us parents realizing we can start fostering an entitlement in our children where they just treat things casually, not as something that they value and should take care of. Everything's disposable. And so I think it's wise that we as parents teach our children the value of the things they own, to take care of them, that they're not just dispensable and quickly replaced. And then to also teach them and show them pictures of other countries, of things people are suffering and going through, and that we need to pray for them, and that we need to help with the blessings that God has given us to bless those people. And all this thinking was started with these 2 little pamphlets that came in the mail. And like I said before, this is by a nonprofit charity called Christian Aid Ministries. They have a really incredible organization that is one of the ones that I really trust the most, I would say. They have so many neat programs that you can give through and feel like you're really getting involved. Usually if there's a catastrophe somewhere in the world, we will immediately get a newsletter from them, because they will be sending teams into that area to do disaster relief. They do a lot of food parcels and packages, care packages. They have many sponsor a family, sponsor a widow, sponsor a child, sponsor a school child programs where you can monthly give to sponsor a certain child. You can specifically send enough money for certain gifts, and it's just a lot of fun, especially if you have a child. This right here is called their 2022 gift catalog, and you can go through it and it'll tell you how much you have to donate to, say, buy a cow for a family, a goat, pigs, chickens, anything from seeds to helping them with tools, for their businesses, greenhouses. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. And the really neat thing is they have smaller gifts that you can give, and there's a little piggy bank that says a gift a child can give, and it's usually like under $10, something like that. For instance, you can buy a chicken with feed for that chicken for $8. I was telling Xander about this one time and he was so excited. He just said, I want to give all my money to help the little children. And he kept to that. Later I asked him again, yes, he wanted to give all his money. And so we sat down and I was trying to discreetly hide it. I went and put the camera up on a shelf where he didn't know it. And don't you know, my card got full before we even got started. I had set up my phone where he didn't know it was recording, but here it was flipped, wasn't even getting it. He had some of the cutest little reactions going through the book, trying to figure out what he wanted to buy. So he brought his piggy bank down. We dumped all his money out, counted how much he had. Then we went through and figured out what he could buy. And he was so excited about it and just absolutely thrilled that he could do that. Okay, remember when I told you about all these little children we could help? Mm-hmm. Isn't that fun? Mm-hmm. We could go to the store and buy some things and put them in packages. Uh-huh. Mommy could pay for this. 1 box of crayons, 1 notepad. Shall we do 5 of this one and 5 of this one, and we'll make 10 little bags?
Yeah!
Okay.
And now read this one.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
What 1 happy pig with pig feet?
5 combs. 5.
And one piggy.
Box. Cars or trucks.
And make sure the right piggy too.
Oh, piggy. Now this is where you can. Remember, did you say that you wanted to give your money? Mm-hmm. Should we see how much do you want to give?
All of it.
All of it. Well, that's kind of you, Xander. Okay, why don't you run up and get your piggy bank, and we'll see how much you have, and then we'll go through here. You can pick stuff. to buy for the people.
Mom.
Yeah?
And make sure to write down piggies too.
Well, I'm not sure if you have enough money for a piggy. It costs $100 for one pig. Go see how much we have. Go get your piggy bank. Not your piggy bank. Okay. Wow. Were you taking some of Dad's quarters? But remember, Mommy said not to do that anymore. You have to always ask. We don't take what belongs to other people.
I got a whole bunch of money for these little children.
Yeah.
I got some from my grandma and all kinds.
Okay, so you have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Then you have $27 here.
Okay, maybe I'll own buy a cow.
A cow costs $1,265. Pig is $100. We don't have $100. So for one chicken and some feed for the chicken is $8. So you could buy a chicken.
I want 4 chickens.
No, you don't have enough money for 4 chickens.
Oh, I guess I'll pick 3 chickens.
If you see this, this little piggy bank, that means that that's something that you could give. It says a gift a child can give, which means it's not so much money. So let's look for the little stamp that has a piggy bank on it.
This one.
Oh yeah! This is seeds, like for the garden.
Okay.
Would you like 4 packets of seeds?
Sure. Mommy,
What?
Mommy, a piggy bank.
Yeah, that's a Bible. One Bible costs $3, and then in the Bible, like, this tells people about Jesus.
Let's do that one. Another.
Yeah, that's a well.
Well, let's get a well.
Did you want? How many Bibles would you like? One Bible costs $3.
Okay, maybe I'll pick 2 Bibles.
2 Bibles, okay.
Hey.
Look, Bible storybooks for children.
This is pretty fun.
It is fun. There's like a little paper in the book where you can fill out how much, you want to buy of each thing and gift to these people. And it started getting overwhelming for him. I didn't expect this, but he just started crying and he said, "I'm so sad." And I'm like, "Why are you sad?" He's all the little children. He said, there's pictures in here. It's not just too graphic, but you see starving children and it is really sad. And Xander does have a big heart. Sometimes it's kind of hard to show them how harsh the world can be and how some other people have to live. And it's hard for little minds to wrap around that. But I think it's still wise not to bombard them with it, but just now and then bring up something like this to bring awareness and start when they're young. That way they understand how blessed they are to have the things that they have and kind of instill a thankfulness in them as well as a heart of giving to those that are less fortunate than us. What all did we buy again?
Trees.
We bought
Trees.
4 trees.
And 3 bags of medicine.
2, but yeah, 2 things of medicine. And 3 Bible story books. 3 Bibles. 4 packets of seeds and 1 chicken and feed. So right here, this says chickens, 1 chicken and feed for $8. So I need you to write number 1 right there. Okay.
Here.
Yep. Good job.
There's 1.
That is a 1. Okay, hold on. Right here it says Bible. See that?
So
1 Bible for $3. Hold
Here.
on. Do you know how to make a number 2 right there? On the white space.
I don't know how.
Go like this. 2. There.
Mommy, and we got buy houses for those people.
That burned, yeah.
Mommy,
Huh?
maybe you should buy a house for those people. Right there. See, Mom, their poor little house.
Okay.
Look on the poor little
I
house.
know.
Yeah, I think that's a cabin that burned up. Mom, I feel a little bit sad.
Why do you feel sad?
I don't know. Sometimes I do.
Is it because of these children?
Mm-hmm.
Or you feel sad for them? Oh, that's good, Jenny. You have a big heart. You know what?
What?
It's good to know sometimes that not everybody has life just like us. That way we don't get grumpy if we don't get the right toy or whatever because we think, you know what? there's other people in the world that just want something to eat. Put it over and just think, Xander. Your money's gonna make somebody so happy. A chicken. That's pretty cool. And you know that chickens give eggs? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Let's see, is there anything in here? Yep. And then pull the flag up on the side.
Here?
Yep. Make it go up straight. There we go. That tells the mailman that there's some in there for him. The second pamphlet they send is 2022 projects you can do. And you can put these kits together, whether it's school kits, whether it's like comforters or clothing. They have everything that they want you to send and put it in a bundle. And I thought that would be fun to do. So we, a project that we wanted, we went together to town, bought all the things. I thought if he could physically help me put things in a bundle, put it in a box, it would kind of maybe stick in his mind as well.
Let all that I am praise you, Lord. With my whole heart I will praise your name. I will praise your holy name. Let all that I am praise you, Lord. May I never forget the good things you have done for me. You forgive my sins and you heal my sickness. You redeem me from a final death. You bring me to life and tender mercies. You fill my life with blessings, such good things. My youth is restored. Praise you, Lord. Let all that I am praise you, Lord. With my whole heart I will praise your name. I will praise your holy name. Let all that I am praise you, Lord. May I never forget the good things you have done for me. You forgive my sins and you heal my sickness. You redeem me from a final death. You bring me to life and tender mercies. You fill my life with blessings, such good things. My youth is restored. Praise you, Lord. Let all that I am praise you, Lord. With my whole heart I will praise your name. I will praise your holy name.
There, that's going to be for 10
Let all
children.
that I am praise you, Lord. May I never forget the good things
I didn't make this video to say, oh look, we're giving things and doing things for others. I just want to inspire other people that if we start young, teaching our children to give and teaching them a heart of gratitude. And it's not just by teaching them, it's by having a heart of gratitude ourselves. Because much more is caught than taught, as they say. And I believe that is the first thing that we need to do in helping our children grow up to be thankful. And then the second is also opening up their mind to realize that the little life that we have here is just a fraction, not even a drop in the bucket as what is going on in the world. And also teach our children that we need to be thankful in everything, even if life isn't going easy, even if we are struggling to make ends meet. Whatever the case, we still need to be thankful for life, for the opportunity to live. There's always something to be thankful for. And I think if we can go through with this mindset, I think we can start battling against some of the entitlement that we see coming on in this generation. In 1 Thessalonians, it says to rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing, and in everything give thanks. Because I think we can all admit, we all gravitate towards the people that are joyful and thankful about life, even if they have things hard, versus the people that are always complaining and just bitter about life and everybody owes them something. I will have links below to Christian Aid Ministries, just in case you're curious about them and would like to do something like this with your child. I think it's a really great program where the child can feel involved with giving and projects you can put together to donate. I would also love to hear from you all in the comments some of the things that you do with your children to help them be thankful and to kind of try to cultivate a heart of thanksgiving and a heart that is eager to give to others. I mean, it goes against the human flesh. You know, even today when we were shopping, you know, Xander, he wanted to keep the little cars. He's just 4. And it was hard for him to buy all these really nice toys for other children. But, you know, you work on it a little bit and eventually, you know, he suddenly became happy again and wanted to do it. It was exciting. But we're all human. It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't always come easily. And I think it's just something we need to constantly work at. Once again, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time, Lord willing. Bye.